we have today now is question number 3 of electricity. Okay, I have modified the diagram. The previous one I made, the diagram was not like this. Alright, but I have modified the diagram. Check the diagram. It's similar, but they are not exactly the same. Right? You remember I connected the voltmeter here, but in this case it's quite different. Alright? Now the instructions are: 1, we are to connect the circuit. We are told to connect the circuit as shown in the diagram above. Then close the key. Read and record the ammeter reading I0 and the corresponding voltmeter reading V0. Then we are told to set, number 2, set the resistance. That is, in the resistance box, you set the resistance R equals to 1 ohm. 1 ohm. Then read and record the ammeter reading and the voltmeter reading. Evaluate I inverse and V inverse. 3. Repeat the procedure for 5 other values of R equals 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In my previous video, I added another one which is 7. Okay? Number 4. Read and record the values of I and V. In each case, evaluate I inverse and V inverse. Tabulate your readings. This is number 5. Okay, tabulate your readings. Then, number 6, plot a graph of V inverse on the vertical axis against I inverse on the horizontal axis. 7. Determine the slope of the graph. The slope of the graph. Sometimes we are told to also determine the intercept and the slope. Then 8. State 2 precautions taken to obtain accurate results. Right? So this is the end of the practical. But here is a theoretical question. We can also be told to state Ohm's law. Okay? We can be told to state Ohm's law or state 4 precautions, state 4 conditions on which the resistance of a wire depend. So these are the sets of instructions we are going to follow as we go into the practicals. This is the experimental setup. This is these are the various components of the circuit as we have seen on the board. All right. Now let me describe each of the components. Here we have the resistance box. This box has various resistances. Okay, it has various resistance. This resistance 1. If I want this box to read 1, I will unplug the plug at 1. I've unplugged 1, so the resistance is now giving 1 ohms. If I want it to be reading 2, I will plug 1 and unplug 2. Okay, you see this resistance box is now reading 2. If I want it to be reading 3, I will unplug 1 and 2. So I have unplugged 1 and 2. So it's now reading 1. It's reading what? 3. 1 plus 2 is 3. If I want it to read 4, I will plug this one and unplug 2 and 2. So the box is now reading 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. If I want it to read 5, I will unplug this. I will unplug this. 1 plus 2 plus 2 is 5. Okay, but if I plug these ones, I plug the 1 plus 2 and 2, I can just decide on my own to unplug 5, so it can read 5. Then if I want it to read 6, I will unplug the 5 and unplug 1, so 1 plus 5 is 6. Then if I want it to read 7 ohms, I will plug the 1, then unplug 2 and 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. So this is how we are going to navigate the experiment. Okay, from 1 to 7. Now this one is the ammeter. The ammeter reads 0 to 2 amps. 0 to 2 amps. All right. Then this is the voltmeter. It reads 0 to 2 volts, okay, 0 to 2 volts. Then this is the standard resistor of 2 ohms. It will be concealed and labeled X, okay, on the day of your exams. It is connected in parallel to the voltmeter, just like we have in the diagram we saw initially. Then this is the source of the EMF. This is the source of the EMF, which is a battery that supplies the voltage or EMF, okay? Then this is the key, okay? It's called the plug key. I can use this now and plug it here, all right? So if I complete the circuit by plugging it, you will notice movement here, okay? You notice the movement in the meters, all right? You can see if I unplug it, then it goes back. If I plug it again, you can see it. So that's exactly what we are going to work on today. So let's begin. We are to first of all set up the equipment, and we have done that already as shown in the diagram. Then secondly, we are to complete the circuit, not setting the resistance first. Okay, we complete the circuit. I have completed the circuit. Now what I am reading here, our V naught is 1.8 volt, while our I naught is 0.7 ohms. So this is our V naught and I naught, okay, when the resistance box is still reading 0. All right, now we set the resistance box into what? 1. Okay, so 1 ohm. So I have to unplug the 1 ohm. The resistance box is now in 1 ohm. So once I'm done, I'm going to plug it again, complete the circuit. Okay, complete this circuit. And what I have here is my V is 1.20 and my I is 0.50. Okay, 0.5. So that is what I have in my I and my V. Okay, then the next one is to set it as 2. So I will plug the 1 and unplug 2. Okay, as 2. Then complete the circuit again. So I completed the circuit. I now have my V as 0.9 volt and my I as 0.4 volts. So I unplug it. All right, I unplug it. Then I will set my resistance box at 3 ohms, which is 1 plus 2, as I very earlier explained. So complete the circuit again for 3. My V is 0.8 volts and my I is 0.3 volts, 0.3 amps rather. Then I will unplug it, I will set my resistance box at R equals what? 4 by plugging the 1 and unplugging 2 and 2. Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. Then complete the circuit again. Okay, complete the circuit. Now at 4 I have 0.75 as my volt, okay, voltmeter reading, and I have 0.3 as my ammeter reading. Now we go to 5, R equals 5, unplug the 1, 2 and 2, that is 5 in total. So then complete the circuit again. My V at this point is 0.65 and my I is 0.25. So I will unplug it, then set my R again. Set my R equals to 6 ohms. 6 ohms. So I will plug all of them. All right, then I will unplug 1 and 5. 1 plus 5 is 6. Okay, then complete it again. Complete the circuit again. Make the circuit again. So right now at 6 I have 0.55 volts as my V and 0.2 as my I. All right, so I will unplug it again. I will unplug it, then set it at R equals to 7. Let's just add 7, okay, the way we did it in our previous class. So I set it at 7. How do I set it at 7? I will unplug 2 and 5. 2 plus 5 is 7. All right, 2 plus 5 is 7. Then complete my circuit. Okay, complete my circuit. After completing it, I have my V as 0.5 and my I as 0.15. As 0.15. So that is exactly what we have done. We have been able to take all our readings. Okay, to take all our readings. So this is what we have as our reading. I'm going to show you our readings later. Okay, we have all taken our readings. Now, what are the precautions? All right, while they are working on the readings, I'm going to show you the precautions. Okay, now the precautions are: 1, we ensured that we avoided error due to parallax while reading our ammeter and voltmeter. Okay, then number 2, we ensured that the batteries were disconnected, okay, or that the circuit were broken at each point to ensure that or to avoid running down the battery. That's number 2. Number 3, we ensured, or I ensured, rather, not we, please, it's I, personalize it. I ensured that I use short wires, okay, to minimize loss of energy. Then 4, I also ensured tight connections, okay, to avoid voltage and current fluctuations. So these are the what? These are the precautions that we took to minimize errors, okay, or to obtain accurate results. Okay, so let's look at our readings now. Okay, now you can see the readings. Okay, we have done our calculations. After our calculations, this is the readings. These are the values that we got. Don't forget, your resistance are given values. It must be to 2 decimal places. Okay, then your values from the meters, from the instrument, must be to 2 decimal places. But any calculations you make must be to 3 decimal places. Please don't forget. Okay, so that on that day, do not make mistakes for not doing that. All right, so that is the end of the experiment. Try and plot the graph. I've already taught you in one of my videos how to plot a graph. I have already done that. Okay, you can watch that video and you see how you can plot your graph in less than 6 minutes. You will, or 4 minutes, you will plot your graph and there will be no problem. Okay, thank you for watching this channel. I wish you success.